Hello. Yeah, we are building another Rekt1800. I've already built 2 of these, but we are building another one. Oh, I have the stream open in another monitor. I can hear the echo. Huh? How embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, the PCB works. It has been tested. That's cool. We are just gonna start screwing in stabs. And I'm gonna try to get this build in under an hour and a half. That's like my record for the other Rekt1800s I've built. So that's the plan. I really hope I can get it in under an hour and a half, but no promises. You never know what might happen along the journey as the stab is already falling out. But yeah, I'm off today, fortunately, because of the holiday. So I figured why not enjoy it. I'm actually building this board for my boss's youngest son. So he picked out the black body of this board and NicePBT Pelô, which is inspired by the designer's hometown in Brazil, I'm pretty sure. So that's cool. I really like the colors, and I'm actually excited about this build out of the most out of the other Rekts that I'm building for the same family, so that will be fun. No offense to the other builds, I didn't mean it that way, but I think I like this keycap set, and it's gonna be nice. I salvaged these stabs from a Windex 98 actually, because I replaced the Windex stabs with TX stabs, so I just had these stabs laying around and figured it would be nice to not charge my boss for stabs, so there we go. I'm not planning on putting these little things, I don't know what they're called, in not using them, so I'm just gonna toss them to the side and start screwing everything in. I forgot about these little O-rings. I probably sound super congested too, just because I had COVID and I'm getting over it. I'm now testing negative, so that's cool, but I'm still coughing and I'm pretty congested, so that's unfortunate. But I'm feeling a lot better, so that is good. Just getting these screws in. I feel like I probably could have used tweezers, or, oh yeah, this has a magnetic tip if it hasn't demagnetized. Oh yeah, that's nice. Get this screw in. One stab. I'm gonna do the other one. A big old 1800 keyboard, so there are more stabs. But on this channel, we love big keyboards. Getting it in. Right. Yeah, there we go. I feel a little slower today as well. I'm kind of tired from all the eating I did yesterday. But yeah, we got a space bar in. These stabs also came pre-lubed. I probably might have to add a little more lube with a syringe or something, but I don't know. For now, they feel pretty good. So yeah, just keep trucking along. Oh, that screwdriver just rolled. It has a mind of its own, I guess. I also don't think this desk is level, so that's not very helpful. Yeah, I already apologize in advance if I sniff my sick nose into the mic, but yeah, I don't know. I still felt like streaming anyway, so y'all just have to bear with my sicky noises. I've done clip-in stabs. I like TX stabs a lot. And I'm like, oh, I don't even want to bother screwing this in. This just feels like a little extra work, even if it's not that hard. But yeah, I don't know. It feels more stable with a clip-in, at least putting the stabs in the first place, versus I feel like I'm fumbling and sausage fingering these little screws. It's not hard, it's just annoying. cool. Got another stab in. Let's go. No, it just fell out onto the floor. I knew I was being a little too aggressive there. Where did the stab go? There's probably like little cat hairs getting picked up on all over you. That's not fun. I'm gonna have to get up. I think it's like directly under me on my chair. Hopefully I don't yank my headset out. I'm wearing Grinch pajama bottoms. I didn't plan on having my legs be visible on camera. But stab has been acquired. It was directly under my chair, so that's right. Cool. Just get in there. Just stay in. Why are you falling out? I'm yawning. Once we get these stabs in, I'm hoping that we can just really pick up the pace and try to speed run this as much as I can. Under an hour and a half, baby. I wanted to have a timer, like I wanted to have one of those like overlays that speedrunners have, but I figured that would have been a little too extra. But maybe if like keyboard building ever becomes a thing and it's competitive, that would be fun to do. But I feel like they would involve like, they would make us lube the stabs as part of it, you know? It wouldn't be like, oh, I pre-lube these. That is not screwing in, and I don't know why. I'm getting very annoyed. No. I need some water. Hopefully the water drinking sounds were not heard on the mic, but you never know. I think I've tried to like put this stab in both different places. Like first I tried up here and then I dropped it on the floor, and then I tried another one and then it just wasn't screwing in, and now we're gonna try back up here again. But this time, like, cool, it's screwed in, it's in place. I feel like I'm on the right track now, right? There we go. I also have a macro pad now set up to do the transitions for the stream, so that's exciting. I don't have to click around anymore. I just hope I remember like which key I set to what. But yeah, that would be pretty fun. This is the wrong way. Maybe? Or no, is it the other way? I don't think so. I may have put this in wrong, we'll see. I'm trying to remember now. Get this in. I had to like remagnetize this little tip before we started the stream. I can just get it in there. There we go. Grabbing a little tiny washer. No, I dropped it. I should be using tweezers, but I'm just too lazy to grab one. Two more stabs, and then I should be done. Cool. We can get the show on the road. We are 13 minutes in. I was dilly-dallying around for the first 3 minutes with just like the starting animation, but I'm gonna count that as part of my time, you know, I could have dilly-dallied a little less, but no. We had to add some pressure for this speed build. It's not about perfection, it's about getting it done, you know? I redid the switches and one of the stabs on my Austin yesterday, and that was painful, like it was a lot more tedious than I wanted it to be, so I'm hoping this build is just easy peasy, but I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. I also wouldn't be surprised if nobody joins this stream because it's like everyone's with their family and stuff for the holiday. That's totally understandable. I could be broadcasting to no one, but I know that the recipient of this keyboard might want to watch the VOD, so wanted to stream it anyway. Last stabilizer. It's probably not even a good view on camera because I'm flipping it towards me this way, but it's just easier versus having it fall out when I flip it all the way around. I don't know. I also have a fume extractor, and it might be kind of loud on the stream when I'm soldering, but I figured if I'm gonna be soldering more often, like I might as well not give myself lead poisoning, you know? Because I do solder with leaded solder. I know there's like leadless solder, but it's easier to use leaded solder. But I might switch someday, but for now that's what I have, so I'm gonna use up what I have. I feel like this stab should be the other way, I don't know, but it's like the holes dictate that it shouldn't be like that, it should just face that way. But I swear when I've built other Rekts that they face a different way, but if I like run into an issue putting on keycaps, then we know it's gonna be that, I don't know. Does it work with the plate? It does work with the plate. Okay, cool. Yeah. Just gonna put these little screws in the O-ring back, I guess. Yeah, the Windex 98 had an extra stab. So yeah, there's an extra little stab. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for. Maybe it'll be thrown into like the random collection of stock stabs that I have. But yeah, now we're gonna be putting in switches. I have T1s. I already lubed them. I think there's a VOD of me lubing these on another stream. But yeah, I like these. The person who got this key, all the kids that didn't they don't know anything about keyboards when my boss was asking them their preferences and stuff. But they all kind of like that tactile feel is what we were able to figure out about their preferences. So yeah, I got T1s because he preferred like a lighter tactile feel, which that's cool. I prefer a heavier feel personally, but I understand the appeal why someone would want a light tactile sensation. But yeah. Putting in switches, and today we have the goal of no casualties, no blood, because I learned that the hard way the last Rekt I built. It was just the FR4 plate is so sharp, and fortunately these aren't Texie switches, so they don't have the little bumps on the housings, and it seems to be easier so far already installing these T1s instead of the purple pandas I did on the last Rekt build. So fortunately I'm having an easier time. I was having to use this switch puller to kind of get the plate over, which I know probably isn't the best because it's metal scratching on the FR4, but it seems to be okay. It's working for me. Getting this in. I'm just trying to get like the four corners mainly started so they have a little more stability. Did I bend a pin there? No, I did not. We are good. There's more layout options on the PCB, but the plate that CannonKeys sells kind of locks you into one layout. And the kids don't really have preferences for a particular kind of layout, they just wanted a numpad, so that's all that really matters. And they wanted an aluminum body. Just getting this. This is so much easier than the Texie switches. No hate to Texie switches, I like and enjoy and personally use several Texie switches. But why are the bumps on the housing? Like, there's no point in having them on the bottom housing. Like, I don't know what benefit it adds. Sure, it looks like, I guess it makes the housing look more distinct on the outside, but in terms of the actual process of putting switches into a PCB and through a plate, it's just not fun. Like, my Zaku's struggle a little bit. My Neapolitans, I don't really remember struggling with them, but maybe I did. And the purple pandas I was mentioning earlier also struggled a bit with those. It's just not as fun. I don't know. Like, I don't see why the bumps need to be there. But anyway, I don't want to rant about bumps for the entire time, but yeah. My throat's getting dry. I had to take a sip of water there. Probably just sound really congested, but that's alright. We're gonna get through this, we're gonna build this, and then after this Rekt, I have one more Rekt to build to complete this commission, but I need to get it from the guy that's Cerakoting it, so I don't know when that's gonna be. It better be before Christmas, because these are all Christmas presents. That's all I can say. Oh, that's why. I was like, this feels weird, and that's because the housing wasn't closed all the way after I finished lubing. Forgot that these are east facing on this side. There we go. Just putting in switches kind of on the perimeter, and I'll just go across. There's no rhyme or reason. Like, I like to do the corners first, but I know everyone has their own methods. I like the way these T1 sound lubed. I wish I saved one stock to see like the difference and compare just for my collection, but I forgot and I just lubed them all. I think I did these all in one night too, which is kind of unusual for me. Maybe I only did half, I don't fully remember. Yeah, I also got like the first time using a bot for chat, so even though no one's watching right now, if someone wanted to do the exclamation point build command, they would know exactly what keyboard I was building. So slowly improving the stream. I think the next like really crucial upgrade would be to get a better camera, at least for this one. Like, I don't really care if it's low quality for my face, because I mostly just turned around anyway, but I want something that shows the build off better, because this is blurry, honey. I wish it was better, but that it is what it is. I just like, there was like a buy one get one deal at Best Buy for 2 cameras, so I figured like, yeah, I'll have 2, a face cam and a build cam, and now I'm like, oh, I wish I maybe just waited and upgraded to a better build cam, but that's alright. At least maybe I'll use this 3rd camera for like a cat camera if my cat ever wanted to like hang out and sleep, because I love it when other streamers have like a separate camera for their cat or animal or pet. It's so cute. See like a little baby sleeping. I bent this pin already. getting it through so far. Everything looks good, no bent pins, so I'm happy about that. When I built the Austin with U4Ts, like, those pins were just so flimsy. And then I like didn't even like the U4Ts anyway, so I ended up taking them out and like, whatever, wasted my time. Getting these switches in, and it's cool because now I'll have this jar to put more switches in because I ran out of mason jars. So that's good for the general switch collection. Collection. I did not pronounce that. Last time I did a Rekt, I accidentally made it stepped caps lock by putting it in the wrong hole. So this will be regular caps lock, I'm pretty sure. It's not terribly hard to desolder it, so if the kid that gets the stepped caps lock board is unhappy, I'll probably just like, I can desolder it later because I see them often. But I figured why not? Like, they might not even notice, or they might not mind the slight difference. I don't mind the look of stepped caps lock. Like, I think it's fun. It adds a little more texture with that little bump, you know? But yeah, just putting in these T1 switches one by one. I feel like we're making good time. We're at 25 minutes. If I can get the rest of these switches in before we get to 30 minutes in, then I solder everything, test everything, and we should be good to go in under an hour and a half. I think what always slows me down at the end is like, I fumble when we get to the keycaps because I'm like, oh, where is everything? Or I'm like trying to, sometimes I drop the box and then there's keycaps all over the floor, and that makes it a lot more complicated to find what I need. But if everything's like organized and I don't drop something, I think we'll be good. Just to get this all in. I feel confident we can do this. We can get these switches in. And then for my last Rekt build, hopefully I can beat whatever time I make on this video. That would be cool. And that one will be a Cerakoted Rekt. It'll have AE boards, navies, the V2s for the switches, because I know there's like a variation between V1 and V2 and they sound different. And some reviews I've watched, people prefer the V1s and they don't like the changes that were made. But I wasn't aware of the differences when I bought them, honestly, until I like watched videos about it after the fact. But yeah, I might want to lube those. They sound kind of scratchy, but at the same time the springs are really long and it's just more annoying to take them apart in my personal experience, because the stems it's easier for me to drop them and stuff. And I like to put the stem on top of the springs when they're resting there, and it just isn't as fun with the super long springs, so we'll see. I might lube them, I might not. I think I should, because this is like a soldered build where it's not hard to replace the switches, but it's a little more work than it would be with like a hot swap build. And I don't even know if the kids are gonna want to change the switches. Like, maybe I'll convert them to be mechanical keyboard people, and they'll be like, oh, I want to try all these other things, and that would be cool too. But likely they'll just use these switches forever and probably really break them in, because it's the only keyboard they'll have. We're almost done. We are at 28 minutes. I have 2 minutes to put the rest of the switches in, which I think we will make it. I'm not like overly rushing and cutting corners, but I'm just trying to be efficient and also trying to not focus so hard on getting it quickly that I forget to talk, because isn't that the whole point of streaming a build, is to like kind of just chat and hang out. One in. First I thought the housing wasn't all the way closed. Sometimes that happens if I'm sloppy during the lubing process. Almost there. I have a minute. Come on. And I also gotta make sure the pins aren't bent when I'm putting this in here. No, this one's giving me a hard time. You're holding up the process. Oh, and it's because of the housing. There we go. I knew it. I was just talking about that. This one's a little bent. I'm gonna bend it into place. There we go. I have 25 seconds. I can do this. I might just, oh, I should turn on my soldering iron too. So I don't have to wait for it to heat up for too long. Oh no, we're not gonna make all switches in by 30 minutes. I shouldn't have dilly-dallied for those 3 minutes in the beginning. I had 4 switches left to go, but it's okay. We can make up for that time in the soldering process by being as fast as we can. There we go. The last switch is in. I'm gonna... Cool. It looks good. I love the look of these blue stems, by the way. And I'm just gonna double check to make sure that it looks like all the switch pins are in. This one is not all the way in, neither is this one here on this side. It's good to know. I think, what was that, the 4th one in? Yeah, it's bent. Shoot. It happens. Austin had so many bent pins, it was kind of embarrassing. Okay, cool, we got both pins in that one. This right here is the one that has a bent pin. I see it. Yep. I see you. I cut my nails too the other day. That sometimes is nice, but also it's harder for me to just, I used to be able to just grab them. Alright, so put this back in. Cool, we got both pins sticking out. I may have missed another set of pins, but for now I'm pretty happy with it, and I'll catch it along the way when I'm soldering if I don't see another pin. Versus soldering over it and ignoring it like what I did last build, so we're slowly making progress, I guess. Ah, knock this over. I don't want this screwdriver here anymore. Alright, my iron is still flashing and heating up, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna just keep looking down these pins to see if there's any mistakes made. Yep, another mistake made. I can see it right here. Another bent pin. It happens. I say that every time, like I pull it out, I'm like, it happens, but probably because you're so sloppy. Oh, no wonder why. It's like, why is this switch facing the other way? Everything else is north facing except for these. Oh, it's because I'm holding the board upside down. It was facing the right way. I'm just not paying attention. This one also has a bent pin. Wow. Look at that. Trying to use the switch puller to bend the wire of the pin. Cool, both pins are out. Got pins here. Cool, the soldering iron probably should be heat up now. But yeah, I'm just gonna start soldering on this side. Gonna double check again to make sure the plate is all the way. If this switch wasn't in all the way. Wouldn't want to solder everything in with it uneven like that. There we go. Gonna just start soldering. Oh, you're here to see the blood? Welcome, boat dome. It's gonna be a fun, bloody time. Oh, I forgot I literally have a fume extractor right here that I haven't turned on. I should turn that on, it might be loud. No lead poisoning anymore, we've upgraded. It's probably super loud. Oh well. Sorry to the stream, I don't want to die. I don't know, the other day on the cafe stream when he had a fume extractor, it wasn't that loud and I could hear him well. He definitely had a better mic than me. But I'm here for the long game, for the marathon, not for the sprint. Right? I want to live to see when this hobby is like, I don't know what other evolutions could happen in this hobby. Maybe when soldering is less lead filled. That's the fun part about this hobby. Soldering. Oh, this pin is bent. We already caught another one. So many bent pins. So many times. Bend it back. This is how the blood happens. Yeah, I'll turn off the fan. Fuck it. It's really loud. Too loud. Everyone's eardrums will bleed for that small part of the VOD. So loud. But no. Good. I'll just hold my breath. Fumes? Who is she? I don't know her. We gotta do this quick. We are in a speed run. How many more minutes do I have? We are 36 minutes in. I would like to get all the soldering done like maybe 52 minutes in. That's like such a random ass number. But I think that would be a good target to shot. Those extra 2 minutes, if I cut it at the 50, I might be disappointed. You know what I mean? It's better to give myself an extra 2 minutes for no reason. I'm also sitting at such a bad angle where I'm like, I can't even see anything. But I don't want my head to be like right under the camera, you know what I mean? Yeah. We'll speed run it. It'll be good. Get it in. And it's good to just solder and practice to get quicker, to build this same model of keyboard 4 times. No, I think I haven't taken a look at CannonKeys' like new Brutalist 1800. I don't think it's called a Rekt, it's just called like a Brutalist. I forget the official name of it. But I won't get one, because now I'm more just focusing on more premium boards, but the Rekt was a fun like starter 1800 for me to learn soldering. Oh, that joint is really bad. I think it'll still work, but it's just not pretty. It's really like a fat snowman on top of that pin, you know what I mean? We working, we going, we gonna do it. Ow, I can feel the little like solder splatters on my hands sometimes. It's like cooking bacon with your shirt off, you know that feeling? It's a similar feeling. Oh, that joint was also really ugly. Hopefully it still works. It should be fine. Oh, we have another bent pin. Surprise, surprise. Again. Wow. Oh yeah, I see a scratch there from where the pin bent. That's embarrassing. Alright. No bent pins in this row. Could at least go on the row. That was sloppy. I just need to get one of those magnifying mirrors. I feel like my eyes are just getting bad, where I'm like, I can't see. That's why mil-maxing is getting harder. It's not fun. I wear glasses for distance, but I'm like, no. I know if I looked over too, probably be better. I need to just use my eyes instead of not wanting to cover the camera. Or I could always angle the camera where it would be better, but that's a discussion for the future. Where are the pins? Okay, that's like over a stab. Cool. Slowly. Where are we at? 40 minutes? I have 12 minutes to finish this with the goal I set of being done by 52 minutes, of being done with soldering, at least. That would give me a lot of time for testing and the keycaps, where it would be attainable. But if I have another bent pin, it's not gonna happen. Wow. I thought I was doing better in this build. I thought it was gonna be better than the Austin and be like, see, it's because the pins are really bendy on U4Ts, that's why. But no, I'm doing it again. I'm just being too aggressive again. The one next to it too. I wish I would have seen that before I flipped it over again. But no. See? I'm not here to stream to show a quality build. I'm here to show that anyone can do it. Literally anyone. Even if you have sausage fingers and bend the pin again after you put it in. This is so bad. I just bent it again. So much for my 52-minute goal for being done with soldering. I don't know if it's gonna happen now, but we're gonna try our best. Take 2. Yes, pins are in. They're not in for this switch here in this row. I'm just trying to look down the whole row now, which is, I thought I looked through the whole keyboard while I was waiting for the soldering iron to heat up. Like, I thought that was the whole point of that, but I still just made another mistake again. Okay. And then this row is in. This one is also bent. And then I'm probably gonna go through this and we're gonna find even more bent pins as it goes on. Because, yeah, that's how it is. That was the caps lock. I almost made it step caps lock again. That would have been funny because the whole point was to like try to avoid that. Where was I? Oh, right. Like, where did I leave off? That's a good thing to know. I'm excited to eat Thanksgiving leftovers for dinner. That's gonna be fun. That's the best part, is like knowing you don't have to, like, sure, it's a lot of cooking the day of or maybe the day before, but then you have leftovers for a couple days. where you don't really have to think about what you're eating, so that's fun. At least if you like cook the meal, you know, if you go to someone's house, you might get like a plate, which is good, but when you're the source, you can kind of dictate the leftover situation, you know. I might make soup with the leftovers later. I thought about, like, I had the whole like carcass and I was like, man, I should really like boil this down and make stock. But I was like, no, I don't want to do that. It doesn't take too long, but I just really didn't want to do that. Not thinking about the time, I just want to get this row done, and then we'll check the time, so we'll see if I can make my goal, and we have to adjust the goal. Good, no. I need more wire. I need one of those spools. That would be fun to wheel it out. Oh, I said I was gonna check the time. 45 minutes. We have if there's no more bent pins, or like if I didn't ruin my chances by being sloppy earlier, I think there's a chance to get this done by 52 minutes in. We love a competitive keyboard build, even though I'm just competing against myself and my old time, which was like, I don't know what it was, like a minute 45. I have to go back and check how long that video was. But that one, like, what really messed me up was the plate and those Texie switches, man. Just really messed me up. Getting those switches into the plate until I figured out, like, oh, I can just use the switch puller to like pull the plate up, which I know they make plate forks and stuff like that for that reason, but I don't have a plate fork. Get this in there. Yeah. And hopefully all the joints are looking good when I go to test this. And we're getting it done. Yeah, I'm really excited to see the keycaps on this build. I think it's gonna look really good. Alright. There's a pin here. At first it looked bent from the angle I'm sitting at. I was like, no! I'm ruining my time. Gonna get it in. Okay, oh yay, that's another phantom bend. I'm like, no. But I'm just not sitting at an angle where the lighting is doing me any favors. Like the shadow is reflecting right on the pin where it looks like it isn't there until I feel it against the iron. I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. There we go. That's a real bent pin right there. No. Any more in this row? No, just this one. And it bent again. Wow. I'm just... Oh no, that one is really messed up. I'm just gonna switch it out with one of the remaining switches because it's not damaged beyond repair, but for the sake of this speed build, it's easier to just replace the switch with one of the extras. Yeah, we're gonna go, we're gonna make it. Another bent pin. Again. Wow, I love sabotaging myself. At least this one isn't like scrunched up and slinkied beyond repair. Or is it? I'm really struggling here. Oh, there it is. I was trying to bend it the wrong way, from the wrong side. No wonder. Cool. Pin is in. Oh, I have 2 minutes. I have 2 minutes to get to the deadline I set. It's fun to make it a game too, you know? Hey, how much time? Lead in my lungs, yeah. Lead poisoning, baby. Just kidding, I do not encourage inhaling the fumes. Don't solder like this at home. Or if you do have a fan on, or try to get a fume extractor, or just try to do it with a window. It's cold today, so I don't got a window open. We are going to make it. We are going to make this. I can feel it. But the switch doesn't feel all the way in. Just need to push it through a little more. And this one has a bent pin. Of course it does. Of course it does. But will I ever do a stream where there's not a bent? Actually, no. The mode sonnet build was good because I had no bent pins. Everything was perfect and easy in that build. Nothing was wrong. Okay, we're approaching 52 minutes. We're gonna get this done. And this one here, the pins just seem really low, but they're going through. Maybe the housing just wasn't closed all the way. Okay, it's not gonna be under 52 minutes, but it will be under 53. What is that? Still within that minute. Cool. Alright, soldered in. I'm gonna leave the soldering iron on just in case there are mistakes, but we're gonna go and see, like, how it works. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that the whole purpose of the macro pad was to, like, hey, have a cool, like, camera to switch to via, but that didn't even end up happening because I was like, what tab do I have open? What's going on? But yeah, I'm gonna test everything. Cool key tester. So far, so good. Yep, getting it all the way across. This R here. Oh, because it's just completely unsoldered. That'll do it. I just missed it. The pin's not even bent. It's just, I don't know why. I was like, I hate you, little R key. You're not gonna get any attention from me. I'm not going to solder you. Good luck even trying, buddy. Oh, yep. We have another one. Haha, this one just totally was also ignored. That's funny. So that's why I left the soldering iron on. We never know when. Cool. Okay, and this is just the function key right here. So yeah, you just gotta solder up those other joints, and we will get back to building. Where did those pins go that I missed? Hello? Oh, right here. Yeah, I guess I didn't get everything soldered in 52 minutes because of this, because of these mistakes. That's why. We're gonna plug it back in. We're gonna see how this goes again. Huh. I'm gonna reset it all. Yeah. Everything works on the arrow keys. Cool. Yeah. I know all the other keys work because we just did that. So, hey, back to the build. Time to attach everything. That's fun. I'm gonna put this PCB to the side just so I can show off the case. This is the black Rekt1800. It comes with a purple cloth with the CannonKeys logo on it, of course, because it's everywhere. Yeah, here's the color of the purple cloth. I'm just gonna set that down. This is the Rekt. It's a nice color. I'm like happy with, this is an A stock. I'm happy with the ano. Everything on it looks pretty good. That's cool. So yeah, now I'm just gonna install the feet and then we'll take this case apart and go. Get these little feet out. I'm normally bad at putting the feet in, so that sucks. Oh yeah, that one's already a little crooked. We're just gonna smush it into place. It's okay. No messed up feet here. Yeah, cool. Did the music stop playing? Was that the end? Yeah, it was. So we will start a new royalty-free playlist. I'm going to not use the WoW stick for taking apart the case because I've known from my past Rekt build experiences that it's just, the screws are, this little hole is so narrow that the WoW stick tip doesn't fit in. But yeah, so I'm just gonna use my fingers and unscrew it the old-fashioned way. This little Allen wrench that the set comes with. I'm pretty sure I've played this exact playlist before, but royalty-free music, we love it. It's taking forever. Does the magnetic tip at least help me here? No, it doesn't. Also, the last time I built a Rekt, I put a screw that was way too short for the case, and I was like, why isn't this working? It was embarrassing, but hey, we're making it work. Okay, we're at a half an hour, so I really gotta I have to get this done. I'm starting to lose confidence in my ability to get it done in an hour and a half because of just keycaps and knowing how that typically takes longer than I anticipate. And this case is taking longer to unscrew. We got one screw out. It's easier to just flip it over. This screw is really rough. Trying to unscrew it, it's weird. Unless I'm just like missing it. I feel like I'm getting it in though. Unless it's just like a stripped screw, and if that's the case, that's really unfortunate for me because it's just not budging. It's weird. It's not like the other screws that are just so easy. This one came out. There are 2 more still in. This was the one that's like giving me a really hard time. This one I just don't think I got loose enough. I'm also like not even looking, so that's like great angle, right? But yeah. What on earth? My head's definitely like in the way of the camera, but I don't know how I'm gonna get the screw out if it's already stripped. Just dropped that screw. Am I supposed to do this? It's so deep, I can't like get a different head in there. And I have extra screws, so at least I can screw in a new screw, but I can't get this out. I might have to stop the stream and come back to this. This is not good. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna make the time now. This is just bad. How do I... And I know there's like that rubber band trick and things you could do, but it's so narrow where I wouldn't be able to fit anything in there to help me. It's not moving at all. I feel like I'm just making it worse. Did it even move? No. CannonKeys, why did you do this to me? Yeah, shoot. I'm gonna have to brainstorm some solutions to this, so I'm just gonna stop the stream. That's unfortunate, but yeah, it's just not... I'm gonna have to figure out what to do, how to get this out. That sucks anyway. Goodbye. I did not I didn't plan on it ending so abruptly, but yeah, I don't want to just like stream me like not being able to figure it out. Hello. So yeah, I don't know what to do about this stripped screw. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Anyway, goodbye. Yeah, hopefully I can come up with a solution today because I really wanted to finish this today and I'm sad. But yeah, maybe I have another Allen wrench somewhere. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Goodbye. Only one viewer, bored dumb. Yeah, I ended up cutting the stream short because this screw right here was stripped and I figured it would take me a while to figure out what to do in terms of like actually getting it out so I can take the case apart. I've tried a couple different Allen wrenches and it's not fitting, so I resorted to crazy gluing the Allen wrench to the screw, and I'm waiting for that glue to dry. I have no idea if this is actually gonna work or not. It's kind of an experiment. I don't know. I don't have a plan C if this doesn't work and I need to go back to the drawing board. So I figured I would record the process of trying to figure it out in an abridged version so it's not as bad. It's been sitting in here for a couple minutes, so I'm hoping maybe we can get some luck getting this screw out. No, I don't think it's budging. It felt promising, but it's still stripped. Shoot. And now there's just a bunch of glue everywhere. Oh, on the bottom of that screw too. Alright, I'm gonna try to figure out a plan C, I guess. Yeah, it's not budging at all. No. Okay. Like, I know the rubber band method might work, but this hole is so small and I don't think a rubber band's gonna fit. But I'll try to think of a different material. And if not, I don't know, it's gonna be an issue. CannonKeys, I'm not happy with your QC. I've built several Rekt1800s and this has never happened, but yeah, it's kind of disappointing for A-stock, especially because I need to take this apart and there's not really much I can do. And I don't want to damage the case in the process. Okay, I found a rubber band. I literally just took this off of a carton of eggs in my fridge because I didn't have a rubber band just laying around, which I feel like that's a quintessential like junk drawer thing that all people should have, but I do not have that. So I'm gonna try to like somehow get the rubber band in there and twist this, and it's not working. I don't think I have the rubber band in. This is a struggle. It's hard to like keep such a small band on the edge of such a tiny Allen wrench. I'm gonna have to super glue the rubber band to the Allen wrench, and then maybe that will work. I'm trying everything at this point. This is like not looking good. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll super glue the Allen wrench tip to the rubber band and let that dry, I guess, and then we'll see if this works. I'm just gonna have to hold this here. Oh, and it just slipped off, of course, onto the mat. It's not what we wanted. It's like it's not structurally sound at all. It's like the tip of the Allen wrench to the rubber band, and it's okay. This is not working. This is not. I don't think I can glue this on here. Maybe I can. I don't know. The feet from the keyboard just got stuck to my hand, and that's what I bit off my mouth, if anyone was wondering. It's not even on camera, like the shot of me holding this onto the rubber band, but I can't move it because it's trying to dry, so there's nothing I can really do. Just trying to wait for this glue to dry. I don't know. It still looks damp, but that might just be the glossiness of the glue. I don't know if it's gotten any better. Okay, see? We have the band. It's glued to the tip of the Allen wrench, and then I want to just try to get it in here. No, it just came undone. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so angry. Maybe I need a thicker rubber band? I don't know. This opening for the screw is just so small, it's really hard to actually accomplish anything. Yeah, that's not in there. Okay, plan D. I have to figure something out. It has been like about a week since I've attempted to go back to this build. I ended up, that screw was so difficult that I tried several different things. I tried to like wedge larger tools into the gap to try to get it out, and that didn't work. I bought new screwdrivers, that also didn't work. And I even used epoxy, where I tried to epoxy, like seal the Allen wrench inside with epoxy to try to get it to budge, and it just did not work at all. And just in a moment of defeat, I contacted a local PC repair place, and they were able to use a Dremel to get it out, because I just didn't have the tools. So fortunately, the screw is out, the top case is off, and I can mount this PCB to the top case. I think the best part about this experience was that, you know, the people at the PC repair place were really cool, and they didn't really know much about the keyboard hobby. Like, they had heard of it. They have pre-built mechs there, but they're like, now I like this feel of aluminum and I want something a little more premium, so maybe I'll make a new keyboard friend out of this. But yeah, I figured I would record the rest of the build as I finally put everything together. This isn't streamed. This is just, I'm just recording it to finish up the video. But yeah, I need to grab some tweezers to put these little O-rings in the sockets. But I'm really glad that at least I figured this out before Christmas, because this will be a Christmas gift to my boss's son, Nolan. So if you're watching this, buddy, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy your keyboard. And I think you made a great choice. It's just like, I don't know why you got unlucky with the screw there, but I'm glad everything in the end worked out, and that's all that really matters, right? I forget if these, yeah, I guess they go on top of the screw holes. I've built a couple Rekts before, and I'm like questioning myself now, but these are really tiny and require more precise placement, so I'm using some tweezers here. I just got home from work. I'm excited to work on this build and finish it off. And I also picked up the Cerakoted Rekts last weekend, so I will have more keyboards to build. It'll be really fun. Here we go. These are the shorter screws, I believe. I hope they are. Yep. I'm not tightening them all the way, I just want to get a good seal. And then I'll tighten them all once everything's in. I start with the corners, just to make sure everything's aligned, of course. This is attaching the PCB to the top part of the case. It's a little blurry. I want to invest in a better webcam to make this angle better, but for now, this will have to do. I want to make better quality build videos in the future. I'll just have like a million Rekt1800 videos because this is like the model of keyboard that people have just wanted, so. Where's my sponsorship, CannonKeys? I'm kidding. But I feel like because of my influence, there have been like 5 new Rekts in the Pacific Northwest that have been purchased recently. So I'm just saying. And the PC repair guy was like, I like this keyboard, so if he buys one, there'll be even more. I'm just saying, CannonKeys. I'm just saying, just an observation. I don't know. I'm tempted to get my WoW stick just to like speed this part up along, but I'm just too lazy to look for the right bit right now. And plus the WoW stick is too short to do the case screws. Like it's not too short to put the PCB to do the top mount, but in my experience I always have to use the Allen wrench anyway when I get to the case screws with a Rekt. So it's like, is it even worth it? Probably not. I'll just use my hands. It's not that hard. It's also like probably a lot more boring. There's like no background music. Not like there's a lot of chat anyway, because it's not like I'm like a big streamer or something. So it's whatever, but it feels a little more lonely just recording and talking to myself, but that's okay. This board had a little bit of a difficulty in the beginning and we overcame it. And now I'm like, I should probably just buy a Dremel if this problem ever happens to me again, so I could just do it myself, but the dude was nice. I paid 20 bucks just for him to get the screw out. I'm like, get this out without damaging the case. And he's like, cool, that works for me. And, you know, we're back and we're rolling. So that's all I really care about at the end of the day, is that Christmas is not ruined, and that's the most important part about this, you know? I'm glad each kid gets their own board that they're happy with. Yeah, I'm going to a keyboard meetup this weekend on December 10th. That'll be fun. We can each bring 5 boards to the meetup, so I have like 3 that I'm definitely bringing for sure, but I haven't decided if I want to bring 2 more or if I'm just going to bring 3. I don't know. We will see. Look at that. Great. Top mount. Let's go. Now we have the bottom of the case. It's a bit fingerprinty. Just, I'm assuming from the guy like holding the Dremel up to it to try to get the screw out. But that's alright. It's not visible, so honestly I'm just gonna leave it because I don't think these boards will ever be taken apart again unless the kids like really want like new switches or something. But yeah. Just gonna put the polyfill that all Rekts come with in the bottom of this case. Just for a little bit of sound modding. Just gonna, some of this is a little too much on this side. Gonna just try to spread it out as much as I can without it getting in the way. And there's always like a little bit that sticks out that I end up kind of having to get with tweezers later after the fact. But hey, just shove it in there. Some coming out on the top. There we go. Now let's finish. Ow! Ooh, I just pinched myself between the cases. That is not fun. I don't know if you can see right here, but this hole is the one that was drilled, so I don't know if a screw will fit in there. I might just have to use all of the other points, and fortunately there's 8, so it shouldn't be a big deal if that one can't be screwed in at all, but I hope that's not the case. But yeah. Oh well, I wish CannonKeys had a little better QC, you know? This is something that, like, sure, this board isn't, like, the most expensive, but it's still, like, mid-tier enough where, like, buyers should not be receiving stripped screws, like, from the beginning. Like, that's just not acceptable in my opinion. Like, I like the Rekt1800. I have one myself in my own collection. It was, like, the first board I ever soldered, but it's just really unfortunate. Like, what if someone didn't have the tools or the resources or someone in town who could fix it? Like, that sucks if they were just out of luck with a keyboard. Especially, like, what happened to me where, like, I'd already soldered the PCB and I just couldn't take the case apart because oftentimes vendors won't refund after you solder, which makes sense because it's like, if that's your fault that you ruined the board, then it's like, that's not their problem. But in this case, like, this was not my problem and it had nothing to do with soldering. It was just a really bad screw and it was really tight. Like, the repair guy who fixed it was like, I, like, had to try several different things to even get this out, and it was, like, ridiculously too tight, and this screw was, like, stripped. And it wasn't even that stripped. Like, if it wasn't so tight, it probably would have been, like, able to just get out. But he's like, I had to use a Dremel and pliers, and it was just, like, a difficult time. They had a hard time. That's all I can really say. But yeah, I'd say so far. Fortunately, the Cerakoted Rekts are already taken apart, so I know there's no issues with the screws there, and I can just solder and put them back together. So I don't think there will be any more issues. But it's still just unfortunate because, like, 1 out of 5 Rekts, just bad QC, but we made it through. And I wonder how, like, the QC is on Canon's new Brutalist 1800 series. That would be interesting to find out. But yeah, I don't know. And I know that new Brutalist 1800 retails for like $390, so it's a little more expensive than the Rekt, which retails for $330. So I would hope that the QC is better. Yeah, there is no screw. For the others, I thought I had an extra screw, but I don't. Maybe from one of the other Rekts I can salvage one. But I'm just gonna leave it because it's sturdy enough. There's a screw in every corner. It should be okay. So now I'm just going to put on caps. And then, you know, in my own time I'll clean it off, make it look a little nicer. But yeah, we can do caps now. And for caps, Nolan made an excellent choice in my opinion with NicePBT Pelô. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the Portuguese because it's inspired by the designer's neighborhood in Brazil, I think, or some area in Brazil, and I think that's cool. It's really colorful. The designs are really fun, and the novelties are really fun. I think there's a novelty spacebar too, which is super cool. I'm not even showing it off, I'm looking at it in my lap. Each NicePBT set comes with a keycap puller too, so if someone's a first timer and they don't have that tool, that's really useful. This is the novelty spacebar I'm talking about. I love it. I think it's really cool. Oh, there's two. Oh yeah, 2 novelty spacebars. The 7U has a slightly different pattern, but as all Rekt1800s are, the standard plate just kind of has one layout, so that's fine. Like, it's not like, you know, the person who wanted this was like, I need a 7U spacebar and I know exactly what layout I want, because it's their first keyboard, so it's okay. We're just gonna have something standard. It's fun. I like this set a lot. The other Rekt I already built was a silver Rekt with NicePBT Noel, which looked really nice. Noel's just like a cute color combo. I'm not a weeb, but I do appreciate a hiragana sub-legends because I am Japanese, but not a weeb. But yeah, cute color combo. I don't even know what anime that Noel is based on. I have no idea. No idea what character. I just know it's like a well sought after set. At least the GMK one is. And it's cool that it's more accessible as a colorway and design with NicePBT. I appreciate like more designers doing that. Fun color combos that are popular, being available in PBT options that are in stock. That's nice. Like I actually prefer PBT over ABS for sound profile and material feel. I mean, I know there's a lot of variety in PBT, but like good, like well done PBT has crisp legends, like maybe not as crisp as GMK ABS, but still enough for like my standards to be happy with it. And that's all that really matters in my opinion. I don't know. But yeah, this tray layout is interesting too because the first tray had like the numpad and alphas and stuff, or the numpad and the function row, which I feel like normally it's like function row and alphas, and then they have the numpad in the second tray, but it was like, no, we're starting with this, so that's cool. I forget what this, I normally remap this to delete, but I don't think it's delete on like the default Rekt1800 layout. I'm gonna have to remember to remap all of these like correctly because I don't think the kids are gonna wanna like go into like VIA and remap their keyboard. Maybe they will. Maybe this will spur their curiosity to like make their own custom layouts, but I probably will just end up remapping them and making sure everything is like accurate so that they're like ready to go. But yeah, this build will be cute. I'm excited for it. Slowly. Oh, this is fun. I don't know why the plus. Is there a novelty plus before I go too deep into this? I don't know if there is. So I'm just gonna use this gray one. But there is a novelty. Enter. I'm struggling to put this in here because of the angle. I'm gonna go. I had to step away for a bit, but I'm back. I was like struggling to put this plus sign here on the space bar, but I think it might be a little over lubed. I didn't lube these myself. I just salvaged them off of a Windex 98 and they were pre-lubed. And I don't know, it was kind of sticking earlier, but maybe with just a few more actuations and a little bit more use, it won't be as sticky because it's already improving from where it was a couple minutes ago. So yeah, that's cool. I'm glad. I don't know, I feel like I'll probably have to take a look at it later. But for now, shouldn't be too bad. I feel like this stab is kind of the same. I don't know. Maybe they need spacers or something? I hope not, because I kind of just want to like get the build over with, but maybe there's like too much distance between the stab and the plate. I don't know. I know that the PCB for the Windex 98 was 1.2 millimeters instead of 1.6, so the thickness of it. So maybe the stabs were for 1.2, but I don't know. I thought they were just standard like Durock screw-ins, but I hope the stabs seem okay. But I'll have to take, yeah, like I said earlier, I'll take a look at that and see if it's better over time, or if I put little shims in them to make them fit. But I figured the shims were for like the stabs for thicker PCBs to make them usable for 1.2. I don't know. It's odd to me. Put the 0, this is a 1U0 instead of a 2U0. I prefer a 2U0, but I also have 1800s that have the 1U0. But ever since, like, you know, the Austin uses that, and I love the Austin, so that's why. The full-size layout is just a little more interesting, but also there's that extra stab, so I see the benefit in using a 1U0. Grabbing the rest of the set. There's a couple different escape key layouts or options, but I like this little bell novelty. It's cute. The T1s feel really good. I did lube these 205, but yeah, I had never tried T1s before this build, but I'm normally like a heavier tactile person, but they're like comfortable. I like them.